The word that best describes what happened at Genesis 8 is chaos. So many players, regions, and storylines emerged that it's nearly impossible to encapsulate it all in one video. Every North American in the top 24 of Orion rank was in attendance, as were most of the players in the top 50. It was beyond stacked, and when so many top players are in attendance, there is bound to be bedlam. Not a person on Earth could have predicted the way that the most upset-laden tournament in recent memory would play out. Well, except for one guy on Twitter who called every single person in top 8 and their placements. We'll take you through the biggest storylines of the weekend, from the return to form of some of Ultimate's best, to the upsets that shocked the world, to some new challengers who emerged.
Oh no! The dash attack costing Pluto everything, and Leo, yet again on the top of the mountain at Genesis, captures his 4th title.
As if anyone else would win the biggest tournament in 3 years. Leo not only won Genesis 8, he did so in dominant fashion, only dropping 5 games in 12 sets. The games weren't even that close. In 5 top 16 sets, he only dropped 34 stocks compared to the 51 that he took. That means Leo is taking down the best players in the world by an average of a full stock per game, and with solo Byleth at that. Corrin and Aegis stayed in the pocket as he beat down the players who beat him at Ultimate Summit 4. In Grand Finals, Leo found the final opening on 5 out of Gluto's 9 stocks below 115%, even landing a 0 to death to start Game 3 after a near perfect final stock in Game 2. He just looks too fast, too strong, and makes too many correct reads for anyone to stop right now. Even Spargo folded to Leo's Byleth after looking so strong against him over the past 2 months, as Leo bounced back from a 3 stock in Game 3 to send Spargo packing to the losers bracket. Leo will have the chance to build on the success at Pound 2022 next week, where Light and Glutonny will be looking for their chance at a run back. Leo wasn't the only player to rebound at Genesis 8. Mars made top 8 out of almost 2,000 players after finishing 17th at his last 2 major brackets, main stage and the Smash World Tour Finals. He beat Rockman, Lancelot, ESAM, Cola, and Aaron convincingly and looked like the Mars of old. He even made Zero Suit Samus look like a top tier again, with some of the most fluid movement of anyone at the tournament. He pulled off what may have been the clip of the year against ESAM, earning even the approval of his fellow Panda. Fan favorite Aaron was projected to miss top 64. He paid no mind and instead got back to his summer 2021 form, going on a run all the way to 9th with wins over Sunito, Chag, Big D, and Goblin. The classic Diddy Kong was there, but the Rob did a surprising amount of work, even to Aaron himself. After beating a grand total of 0 Orion-ranked players at 7 majors between SmashCon in October and Collision in March, Aaron came back in a big way this weekend, taking down 4 in his run to 9th place. And of course, we can't talk about Genesis 8 without highlighting Glutonny, who ran it all the way to 2nd place despite starting top 8 in losers bracket. Francis King of Smash took out Cola, Zomba, Light, and Spargo in the biggest championship Sunday run we've ever seen from a European competitor at a North American tournament, with his French comrades cheering him on every step of the way. Keep your eyes on the PGstats YouTube for more on his run, as we'll take a deep dive into Glutonny's most explosive tournament yet this Friday, so make sure to subscribe.
Let's get into
Game 1.
1,000 bones on the line, chat. It's going to be, oh, we can also just see PS2. That is
the classic.
So the big thing is touch fist. Yep, that's how it goes right there, baby.
Andres FN and Vendetta came into the weekend with $1,000 on the line to determine the best Shoto in the world. Vendetta was able to take it 5-3, but neither would wind up as the highest placing Shoto in the Genesis 8 bracket. That honor would belong to Chicago Ryu main Icon, who made some of the biggest upsets of the tournament en route to a 9th place finish. Vendetta and Andres both finished 97th, falling 3 rounds before their seed projection. Interestingly, they were both eliminated by Ness players. Vendetta was knocked out by Pew, with Andres falling to Send. Icon, meanwhile, lost to Washington Rob main Biggie Mouth in the qualifier for Winners Top 64 before rattling off one of the best losers runs of the post-quarantine era. Nito, Leon, Karama, ESAM, Cosmos, and Yanni all crumpled before the father of all fighting game characters until he was stopped at 9th place by Myron. Icon came up as a Wi-Fi grinder during the Smash 4 3DS era, and before Glitch Infinite, he had never competed in a major tournament. Now he has 2 majors under his belt, Genesis and Glitch, where he finished 9th and 17th. Not even 48 hours after Vendetta was crowned as the world's best Shoto, Icon stepped in and staked his claim for the title. Icon wasn't the only player who raised questions as to who their character's best rep is. Texas Steve main Yanni lost to Zamba on winner's side of round 2 pools by the absolute slimmest of margins. Despite a near miss at one of the biggest upsets of the tournament, Yanni embarked on an impressive loser's run of his own, beating Chewy, E-King, SkyJ, Meister, and Louis Money before Icon knocked him out at 13th. Yanni had been disappointed by his placings at majors following his breakout 9th place finish at Riptide in summer of 2021. With how well Jake, who finished 65th at Genesis 8, had been playing in 2022, it looked like he might be pulling away from the pack, but Yanni proved this weekend that he's still in the conversation for best Steve in America. Dark Wizzy, the clear best Mario for almost 3 years, is facing stiff competition from Kurama and Zenyu. While Dark Wizzy was able to vanquish his biggest bracket demon, disqualification, he fell to Louis Money and Jaredus King 1 for 49th. Kurama and Zenyu, meanwhile, both finished 33rd this weekend, and both own a win on MkLeo since the start of 2020. Jaredus King 1 was one of a few Shulks to make a big noise this weekend, placing 33rd and tying with Florida's top Shulk, Uncivil Ninja. That made for 3 Shulks in top 48, as former PGR number 36 Nico pushed all the way to 25th with wins over Send, Lancelot, and, hilariously, Nico, the Cloud from Texas. Washington Shulk player Fizment also pulled one of the biggest upsets of the tournament, eliminating Elegant before falling at 65th. Mystery Soul proved again that SkyJ isn't the only top-level Incineroar main. The Big Cats both finished 33rd and each picked up a big upset win, with Mystery Soul beating Rothlo and SkyJ beating MVD. Thanks to these upsets, there were as many Incineroars in top 48 as Pikachu, Joker, and Aegis mains combined. Finally, Gact is establishing himself as the top Nest player with his 2022 performances. After finishing 4th at Glitch Infinite, Gact turned in a 25th place finish at Genesis 8 with wins over Naito Sharp and OG, outplacing his top contender Send by at least 3 rounds for the 2nd straight event. At the first truly international Smash Major in the post-lockdown period, chaos was bound to reign. Reign it did, as a whopping 17 upsets of an upset factor 5 or higher took place over the weekend, meaning the favorites in these matches were projected to survive at least 5 rounds farther in bracket than the underdogs who took them out. And that, by the way, is just looking at top 64 seeds. 2 regions were the primary drivers of this chaos, and unsurprisingly, given Genesis 8's location in Northern California, both were from the West Coast. California players accounted for 6 of these upsets, with all but one of them, being Plum's win over Larry Lurr, coming from SoCal players. SoCal Snake main AC, who ranked 47th on the PGR Top 100 and was arguably the best Meta Knight and Falco in the world at the end of Smash 4, picked up his biggest win in Ultimate with his upset over Tweak, one of 2 upset factor 10 wins of the tournament, the other being the aforementioned Fizment upset over Elegant. SoCal was responsible for the biggest upsets of round 1 pools, including Monty over Elegant, Dynamite over Leon, the French one, and Sin over top Japanese Shoto player Takara. Peckham added another upset factor 7 win to open round 2 pools, taking out Mutace. Fizment's upset was the biggest of a bevy of shocking wins from the Pacific Northwest, including Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia, Canada. Big D's win over Meister wasn't just one of PNW's biggest wins, but also the best win for ice climbers in Ultimate's history. Machu, another BC player, took down Jake. The aforementioned Mystery Soul from Washington is yet another member of the Northwest Upset Squad. Jaredus King 1, who lists Washington as his location on Smash.gg but has been ranked in the Oregon Power Rankings, and JoJo the Hobo from Washington added a pair of upset factor 4 wins over Dark Wizzy and Vendetta respectively. A region that often slips under the radar, the Pacific Northwest proved its strength this weekend, and anybody looking at attending their upcoming majors like Battle of BC4 had better be ready to fight. As the dust settles, we pivot to the next major, Pound in Maryland this weekend. Lots of the top talent from Genesis will be in attendance, and the second major in as many weeks will be an indicator as to what was a fluke and what was for real. Will Tweak and Cosmos make a return to form? Will we see players like Light, Zomba, and Myron repeat their strong performances from Genesis to cement themselves among the top echelon of players? Will we see another 8 Robs in top 64? Will foreign players who historically struggle at US events have a better chance to adjust to the time difference with an extra week of adjustment? A second major in as many weeks is a rare opportunity for players and fans alike to see what was real and what wasn't from the biggest tournament of the year. The chaos brought from Genesis 8 has left us with more questions than answers for the most part, but the answers we got are emphatic. MkLeo is the best player in the world, Rob is very good, and big. The top-level Ultimate landscape is terrifyingly volatile, and most importantly, if anyone doubted it, Smash is back, and better than ever. There is no better way to indicate that than a 2,000-person bracket won by MkLeo, and while his competitors race to keep up, the real winner is the fans, who get to watch real offline Smash at Genesis for the first time in more than 2 years. Welcome back, Smash Brothers. We missed you. Don't let your guard down now, though. The next 2 weeks will be chock full of action thanks to the major brackets at Pound 2022 and Low Tide City. Subscribe to PGstats to keep up with all the storylines you need to know as the 2022 Smash season continues to heat up. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, please check out PGstats.com and follow us for more information. This has been Kimona, and if you want to keep up with me, check me out on Twitter at @thatkimona. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.